Right, today's lesson is exclusively for Edexcel. I'm going to do the Alkane reaction. Okay, the reaction that you need to know is with bromine under UV light. That's the important thing. So the condition is UV light. That's very important. And you're adding the reagent or the reactant is going to be bromine water. So be very careful. Alkenes react with bromine water at room temperature with no UV light. Alkanes cannot react with bromine. They can only react under extreme conditions such as UV light or extremely high temperature. So this is the principle. It doesn't have to be bromine, it can be any halogen, any group 7. So let's do a few examples to show you what I mean. The simplest one is CH4 plus bromine under UV light, importantly, otherwise there's no reaction. Now, instead of addition, it does a substitution reaction. So that's like having like a football match. One player comes on, one player comes off. So if we remove one H, we'll be left with 3 H's. And we're going to stick a Br instead. That's our substitute. Now the other Br from the Br2 will be still here. And this H would have come off, so it will join there. And that's all you need to know. This will be called bromomethane because it's still based off of one carbon, which is methane. If you want a picture of this, it would look like this with a displayed formula. It might help you see it better. One of these comes off and one of these swaps. These two are going to do a swap. Substitution. So the Br goes here, everything else stays the same. And then the H takes the place of this Br and is HBr. So this must happen under UV light. It can happen to any halogen, but you only need to know how to add one. So let's do one more example. C3H8, remember, 3 times 2 plus 2 has to be an alkane. Plus B, let's pick a different halogen. Let's do chlorine. One of these comes off, so C3H7, and a Cl comes on instead, plus HCl. And that's all there is to it. This will be called chloropropane. Again, I cannot emphasize enough. Remember, alkanes do not react with bromine water at room temperature, only when you use UV light. At room temperature, like in the previous lesson, we learned that alkenes can make bromine water turn colorless, but alkanes don't do anything to it. It's only when you add the UV light that alkanes do react, but they do not do an addition, they do a substitutions. So that's what you need to remember. Okay, so that's the end of this lesson, the short section for your specific syllabus. There's one other section I'm going to do, which is called isomerism. That will be for you guys at Edexcel. See you next time.